And now, the WGBS-TV News. With Lois Lane and Clark Kent. Investigative reporter Lois Lane.
This is Lois Lane for WGBS-TV News and the Superman homepage. We are here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada to cover Fan Expo 2009. There are thousands of fans here converging on Toronto this weekend for this huge show that covers comic books, gaming, sci-fi, horror, and fan fiction. And we are going to have a lot of fun meeting fans and talking to them and seeing what their reaction is to this incredible weekend. Behind me is one of the many DC comic booths where they are giving out comics, buttons, and talking to the excited fans who are just now coming in to the Expo.
Hi, this is Clark Kent, also at the Fan Expo 2009. We're having a swell time, and we actually ran into some people in wonderful costumes. What's your name?
Kal-El.
Oh, well, you certainly came a long ways to be here.
Well, it was a bit of a trip, but I understand the hometown isn't really what it used to be.
Well, that's true. So, last question, what Earth?
I'm going to go with Earth 2 for this one, because I'm starting to go a little bit gray here, so
Excellent. No,
that gives me an excuse.
Yeah, certainly, absolutely. And how are you enjoying are you enjoying the Expo so far?
So far it's pretty good. Everyone's taking pictures and liking our costumes, so everything's well.
Is this your first time at the convention?
No, I come every year.
Oh, excellent. And what was the first year that you came?
I think it's my third or fourth year.
Third or fourth year. Fantastic. And how about you?
This is like my 10th year coming.
Your 10th year. How long has the convention been running?
About that long.
Well, wonderful. We've got a veteran. That's wonderful. And so will you be here for like the entire weekend?
I'll be here tomorrow and Sunday as well, yes.
Okay. And are you entering the costume contest?
I will be, but not with this costume. No.
I am standing here in line with some of the thousands of fans who have come here to experience Fan Expo 2009 and to meet the many celebrities that are here to sign autographs. This is Lois Lane checking in with some of the fans who are here at the Fan Expo 2009, and I'm here with the Gibbs who have driven a couple hours to get here. So introduce yourselves and tell us why you're here.
I'm Lisa Gibb, and I'm here because of these two.
I'm Josh Gibb, and I'm here because Lou Ferrigno's here.
And I hear that you're also an artist yourself, that you draw a lot of comic book type of characters.
Yes, I do.
You done?
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm James Gibb, and I'm here to see Lou as well.
Great. And so are you guys going to wander around and meet some of the artists and some of the people from the comic book world as well?
I hope so.
Yeah.
And we would be absolutely remiss if we did not talk to Mr. James Whaley. James, it's a pleasure.
Good to meet you. I've followed a lot of stuff on your website for years. It's a great site.
Excellent. And we're here to talk about Mr. Joe Shuster, was actually from around the area, and this is actually why he's here with the Joe Shuster Awards, joeshusterawards.com. Could you tell everyone a little bit about it?
Yes, well, we started it back in 2005. This is our 5th anniversary this year. And we named it after Joe Shuster because Joe was, of course, born in Toronto, lived until he was 10 in Toronto, moved down to the States and that, but had much of his influence in Toronto for a lot of the stuff that he did on the Superman comic and the comic strip and that. The Metropolis is based on his remembrances of Toronto. And also Joe worked as a paper boy in Toronto, worked for the Toronto Daily Star. And actually, the paper in the Superman strips was originally called the Daily Star. They changed it to the Daily Planet later. You know this stuff. And that was because he worked for the Daily Star. And I could be wrong about this. I'd have to ask Joe himself, and Joe's not around to ask. But his influence as far as when he was a paper boy, in those times, they used to go right into the newspaper place. They used to see reporters and the stuff on the hat and the whole thing. And I think that influenced a lot of his thinking and Jerry Siegel's thinking as far as making Superman a reporter. I mean, that all gelled together in that. So, yeah, it just made sense. I mean, if there's any other character in comics that's more influential in the whole industry, that really launched the industry, I mean, there's no doubt it's Superman. So, I mean, I don't think we could have named it after somebody, you know, more key, more seminal to the whole business and that, because it's really the Superman character in that book that really launched the industry in a big way. You know, everything sort of followed in its wake after that. Yeah.
And how long have the awards been going on?
5 years. This is our 5th anniversary. Yeah.
Excellent. And last year, the poster was done by none other than?
Mr. Tom Grummett, who's from Saskatoon and who worked on a lot of Superman and Superboy stuff at DC Comics, worked on a lot of the stuff to do with the death of Superman. Of course, he is alive again. We all know that.
Well, yeah, well, he found me. Anyway, I believe that was in one of yours. But that's just really fantastic. Now, when are the awards this year?
This year they're on September 26th at the Innis Town Hall, part of University of Toronto, and it's a free event, and it's for Canadian comic book creators, and we have about 15 awards that we give out.
Why don't you show us what the awards look like?
That's the plaque that we give out every year, and actually the artwork was done by Tom Grummett, and the pose, if you notice the pose, is the classic Superman pose, and of Joe Shuster working at his desk, and this is actually based on the Daily Star building in the background. Yeah, and the flying figure in the background, of course, is, well, that's a copyright character, but we know who that character is. Right. Yes.
The red, blue blur. And excellent. Now, can you tell us who the contenders are for the awards this year?
The nominees have all been announced.
You can find them on joeschusterawards.com. So everyone be sure to go there and check out the nominees. Now, is it a how are the nominees picked, and then how are the winners picked from there?
We have a jury of experts that are from right across Canada, people that work, either are reviewers, they have blog sites, or they work for newspapers and do comic book reviews, or are historians. There's a gentleman that works for the Canadian Archives who's on one of our panels. And that, yeah, we try to come up with a different list of jury members for every year. Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the success in the world. We will try to be there. And be sure to go to joeschusterawards.com. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're watching WGBS News Metropolis.